Today we are going to learn about two important concepts of quantum mechanics. One is normalization, another is probability. These two concepts are interrelated, and we have encountered this normalization term in many cases in the earlier classes. Uh, One of the example is when we are solving Schrodinger equation of a system. Let's say it is one-dimensional box. Then we have obtained a wave function, and we normalize this wave function. So if we already have a normalized wave function, then the normalization constant will come to 1. And if do not have a normalized wave function, then we will have a normalization constant after normalization. Okay, so from the earlier experience, we know that the quantum mechanical system is represented by a function which is known as wave function. Now the wave function is dependent on the coordinates and time. It is the actual case. Now if we want to talk about the quantum mechanical system which is independent of time, that is time independent quantum mechanical system, then psi is independent of time and it's only depend on coordinates. Okay, so from the earlier classes we know that all the information inside the psi. So how could we everything information, that means information means we want to know the physical properties of the system. Let's say it is momentum, it is energy, it is your or position and so on, then or angular momentum and so on. Then this type of information about these parameters can be extracted from wave function psi. How can we extract this information from this psi? Then we have to operate a appropriate operator on the wave function. Okay, now if I want to know the energy of the system, so what I will do, I will operate a wave operator on the wave function which can give me the information about the energy of the system, and this operator which gives us information about the energy of a system is the total energy operator, which is known as Hamiltonian operator. So this is the H cap Hamiltonian operator. I will operate Hamiltonian operator on the wave function and it will give me a eigenvalue equation, and this eigenvalue E will be the energy of the system. That is the case. Similarly, if you want to know the position of the system, we will operate position operator on the psi and it will give some information about the position of the system. Let's consider a particle present in the quantum mechanical system and we want to know the physical properties of the system, that is momentum, energy, or any other kind of physical properties you want to know. Then we have to do the similar step by using the appropriate operator. When we want to know the position of the system, then we have to operate the position operator instead of this Hamiltonian operator. If we want to know the momentum of the system, we will operate the momentum operator on the wave function. If we want to know the angular momentum, we will operate the angular momentum on the wave function. Okay, these are the things. Now another case we want to know the probability of a let consider a particle confined in a system or present in a system, and we want to know the probability of finding the particle in a selected zone of the system. It is possible or not? The answer is yes. We can do it by a simplistic approach, and these approaches are as following. So the steps are that uh, you know that the Brown interpretation in the postulates of quantum chemistry, it says that the psi square, mod psi square, represent the probability density of the system. Okay, that means mod psi square is the probability density. It's not the probability, it is the probability density of the system. So in case of a wave function which does not contain any imaginary part, that will be psi square, and if it contains imaginary part, then and this can be psi star multiplied by psi. So this is the case, and these two things are actually represent the probability density of the system. So if I want to know the probability of the system, so what could be the way to obtain this? Because this is a density is always divided by some volume. So if I multiply volume probability density with volume, then it will be my probability. And this volume, for 1D case it will be a length, 2D case it will be a area, that is the dimension of L square. For 3D case its dimension will be L cube. Okay, for 1D it will be a length, 2D it will be a area L square, and for 3D it will be a L cube. That is the dimension of the volume element. So now we want to consider a simplistic approach where we consider a 1D box where inside which a particle is confined, and we want to know the probability of the particle. So this is the ground state wave function of the particle in one-dimensional box. This is the wave function, ground state wave function, which does not have any node at x equal to 0 to x equal to a. Now again I know that this wave function does not contain any imaginary part. So the things psi square will be remain psi square. We need not to take the psi star or psi star psi. Okay. So if I plot this psi as psi square, then the value of this psi square value of the psi will be increased, because I am multiplying psi with another psi, then it is the magnitude will increase and the characteristics remain same. So psi square, I have this representation for psi square. Now it is a one-dimensional case. For one-dimensional case, I have to consider length as my volume element or my volume. So what will be the case? So if I multiply psi square, this is volume, psi square in my let's say it is in y-axis, and x-axis is my length. So if I multiply psi square into length, it will be my probability. So in order to get the probability, I have to get the area under this curve. Okay, so the area under this curve, that is A, B, C zone, will represent the probability, total probability of the system. That is the probability, total probability to find the particle confined in the one-dimensional box. Because the particle is inside the one-dimensional box, so the total probability on going from x equal to 0 to x equal to a must be 1. So the area, how could I obtain this area under this curve? The only way to obtain this area, we have to integrate this in the limit 0 to a, and I have psi square dx, and as this particle must be inside the box, so the total probability will be 1. Now one can say that probability in this zone is x, probability in this zone is y, in this zone z, and so on. So the total probability will be sum of the x plus y plus z plus so on, and so the total probability will be 1. So this integral becomes 1. And if you remember, this integral is nothing. This is the normalization integral for wave function. So basically the normalization concept coming from the probability of finding a particle in the system. Okay, so the total probability always be 1. So you could get this, you could learn how this normalization and condition coming from concept of probability, and actually this probability brings us to the normalization constant, normalization condition. Now the second case, we have learned that the probability in the total region, that is x equal to 0 to a, it will be 1. Now if I want to know the probability of finding a particle in a confined region, in a specific region of the system, how could you get this? Is there any way to get this? Yes, there is a way to evaluate what is the probability to find a particle in a selected zone of 1D box. I want to find out the probability of finding a particle in the range x equal to a by 4 to x equal to a by 2. What I can do? Okay, what I can do, I can follow the same trend by changing the in this case I want to know the area of the whole curve, whole area under the curve. But in the present case, I want to know the probability from this point to that point. This is my a by 4 and this is a by 2. So the probability will be the area represented by B, C, E, F. Okay, how could you get this area of this zone? Simple thing, you can integrate this psi square in the limit a by 4 to a by 2. So that will give you the probability to find a particle inside the region where x equal to a by 4 to x equal to a by 2. This is a simple integration. Now I am talking about a ground state wave function, so n will be 1. And now this is the wave function for 1D box, root 2 by a sine n pi x by a. Now you can integrate these things and you can get the probability, and it will be approximately 41%. Okay, you can do the simple integration by yourself and you can check this. A similar way, you can find the probability of finding a particle from another region. Let's say it is a by 2 to 3a by 4, this region. Similarly, you can go up to this, go up to any small slice also, a by 2 to let's say this region, or you can go to this smaller slice or larger size. That's only will change the area of the area under the curve. So area under the curve will be give you the probability. Okay, and you could find the area under the curve by taking a integral psi square dx in the proper limit. In the normalization case, we are taking that x equal to 0 to a in the whole region, and in case of any restricted region, we will restrict the limit in the restricted region. That means x equal to something to x equal to something.